Tunnels is a super creepy horror game that just dropped this last month in time for Halloween. I've got to warn you after getting this plays on every major phobia that humans usually have. You get dropped into these tunnels or caves under this city. You are charged with taking charges down to get ready to blow all of this up because too many teenagers are messing around in these. People have gone missing. And very quickly you start to discover the creepy things that are down there and what's going on. Even without anything trying to threaten you, just the claustrophobia of this, the darkness of this really gets under your skin. And with 16 ratings, everyone seems to agree. 94% 5-star ratings and only 6% 4-star ratings. People say it's freaking awesome. It's the best horror experience ever. People saying they were disappointed because it ended before they wanted to. They wanted to keep going, but everyone insisting that the developer keeps on going and keeps building this out. But if you're looking for something creepy to play or put your friends in this Halloween, this is definitely one to do. The only things that I would say negative about it, it only had click turning, but you're in a quest, you can just move freely and turn freely, and it's more immersive if you do that. And of course, like other people said, you may be left wanting more, or you may just be thankful that it's over. NoClip VR, unfortunately, is one of the only multiplayer free horror games on our list. They're hard to find, but NoClip is basically a backroom simulator. You NoClip out of the front rooms, end up in the back rooms, all kinds of creepy, and with that comes the gross, old, moist carpet, the madness of mono yellow, the endless background noise of fluorescent lights, and approximately 600 million square miles of randomly segmented empty rooms to be trapped in, or at least as the description says. Pretty well-known horror game on the Quest, over 3,000 ratings, giving it about a 4.5 star. 77% of those are 5-star. Of course, like a lot of these free games that have a lot of ratings, a lot of them are just random pictures people did, but if you scroll through and find some real reviews, people say it's an absolute thrill ride. People saying it is the best backroom games. But then some people give it lower reviews, saying there is in-app purchases available and not all of them are worth it. Some people said they had a complete waste of money, terrible game pack, do not buy. People saying the game is good, but the pack is not. And people saying that the additional levels are getting added cost and they really don't like that. The game gives you enough free though. If you just want to get in, see some horror, do some multiplayer, this is definitely one to check out. Although if you really like it, you could end up spending some money. If the first games have you creeped on, you need something a little lighter. The Haunted APK is an interesting assortment of mini games, and the game describes itself as a VR horror anthology for the ages. Although of the 3 mini games, I would say the first one isn't really a horror game, the second one that takes you down fighting horror monsters, and the third one where you're skiing away from some really creepy monsters, though both have some tension to them. I really just love the art style of this game though, the way it feels moving through it. You'll get bored quickly unless you're trying to set a high score or tell your friends to get it and you try to beat their high score. The art style was really adorable, and then in the skiing thing, that was just creepy. In the lobby, they do have some ads for some of their other games that you could check out as well. But with that, 12 ratings give this about a 4.7 star, and all those ratings are either 5, 4, or just a few 3 stars. People saying neat, great artwork with an amazing soundtrack, it's fun, and the only written reviews we can look at are all 5 stars. But I would say this is very cute, and if you want something a little Halloween-y but take a little break from some of the real horror games, this is a fun one to check out. No Hope the Escape takes us back into the dark underworld. This creepy escape room puzzler puts you in a story that actually has a lot of history, and because of that, it really intrigued me. You're moving through trying to figure out the puzzles of what happened in your past. There's mentions of an orphanage and some things that lead you to believe that the person running it was not a good person. A couple things that really impressed me about this game though, it had some mechanics in it, like the way you push things around with physics that you just don't see in other games. And with how new this is, it's only got 3 ratings, all of which are 5 stars. The only written one, Zeus, said this is fantastic, I love it. The puzzles actually make sense in the environment, and there's a good mystery to solve. This one's pretty new, and I definitely recommend checking it out if you're looking for something creepy. Crawlspace is a creepy game where you find an ad in the paper with an odd job, and you've got to find this person's daughter's missing dolls. I hate dolls. And you've got 5 nights to do it in. You're moving around creepy crawl spaces, and you're actually crawling trying to find these. It's one of these games that does have some jump scares, and you do have to kind of play through it, figure out how to survive different attacks, similar to another Five Nights game. With that, over 450 ratings, put this thing at a 4.5 star. People saying it's scary as F. People saying the first time they were too freaked out and they just tried to stay in the room. People saying they literally ran into the wall. And people like me saying they hate dolls. And if you do sift down to the low reviews, people say they tried to install it, something didn't work. People saying it's too scary. It is rated everyone, and people saying it should not be rated everyone. Not for children the age of 7. If it's too scary for kids, then hey, it's probably at least scary for some of us. If Crawlspace wasn't enough, there's Crawlspace 2. Someone now needs help fixing their ventilation system. You gotta fix broken fans this time over 5 nights. This game really knows how to get you in the creepy mood too, by opening with all these different pictures of all these creepy pasta that we know. Really puts you in the wrong headspace to play, and over 70 ratings agree it's about a 4.4 star experience. 77% of those 5 stars saying best game ever. A VR horror game that's actually scary. People saying they wish there was multiplayer multiplayer because they were too scared to play it alone. People saying they peed themselves. And then if you sift down looking for the low reviews, of course, people saying that they missed the crawling from the first game, they can't kiss the monster, and some people saying it's just not working for them, it won't let them play the game. I'd say start with Crawlspace 1 if you're not too scared, continue on to Crawlspace 2. Backrooms VR is another Backrooms VR game. They say this one's a smallish Backrooms game, uses Gorilla Tag locomotion. You get to explore levels 0, 1 in the pool rooms. You got more of that creepy yellow goodness, and over 350 people have rated this, giving it about a 4.2 rating. 68% of those are 5 stars. People are saying great, but this one doesn't have multiplayer, and they said it was coming, it's still not here. People saying it's great and has the potential, but you need to add more levels and give the pool room an exit. People saying they've seen YouTubers playing this on multiplayer, although I do wonder if they were talking about NoClip, which we already talked about. But other people saying that it's 1 star bad, and saying that J-Man Curly made a video on it showing off the multiplayer and said it would be there soon, and it still isn't. And most of the bad reviews bringing up multiplayer. Some also bring up that it doesn't always load up right. It definitely seems like NoClip is the more popular backroom simulator, but if you're tired of that, you haven't tried this one, or if this one gets multiplayer soon, it might be worth checking out. Cat is a creepy game that reminds me way too much of Slender Man. In Cat, you're trying to find 6 items, take them back to the pentagram to banish the cat away, but of course the more you find, the faster he gets and he's trying to catch you. Cat is less well known at only 120 ratings, giving it about a 4.6 star. 78% of those are 5 star. People saying it's so good. Tried it with my mom and she feels like she wanted to poop her pants. Jesus Christ showing up in the reviews saying it's disappointing. The game is graphically okay, but not scary at all. Someone saying 10 out of 10, bro, very spooky. And people with the 1 stars just saying scary, I pooped, and cat, you poopy head. If you're looking for some Slender Man VR action, this might be the way to do it with the Cat in the Hat instead. PolarDread was made in honor of the FNAF game series, but this game says that it takes the concept of that game and throws it on its head several times. Requires quick thinking to avoid bloodthirsty mascots, but in a winter-themed resort. Over 300 ratings give this about a 4.8 star rating, 89% 5 star, and very few 2% 1 star ratings. People saying it's a great game, the mechanics of it are great, and the graphics are pretty good. People saying it's super scary, and it's nice to just have a free, well-built horror game. People saying it's stressful, and people in the lower reviews having issues saying that their flashlight was running out of power, although the developer pointed out it was the doors that were using the power, not the flashlight. And some people in the 2 star range saying it's okay. Overall, well-loved game, definitely something you should check out if you're looking to get creeped out. The Obsessive Shadow brings all of this horror home, where you are in your home with something creepy stalking you outside that you have to try and catch before it catches you. Surprisingly good graphics and very creepy flashlight mechanics. Something keeps lurking and peering in your windows. 22 ratings put this at a 4.7 star. People saying it was scary, they tried to make fun of it and then they got really scared. People saying it's a great game, has a really nice community, and scared them to death. And there are no written bad reviews about this game. It looks like just 1 person gave it a 1 star and who knows why. And people with the 4 stars saying that it's really scary, but they're looking forward to more. Wait till we get a mixed reality game that uses your real life windows and has someone creepy standing outside of them. Lurking Shadows was actually a free game made by someone here in our community. Their brother showed up in the comments and suggested to check it out. This puts you as a nighttime pizza delivery boy who delivers pizza in the dark and with monsters all around. And you're just expected to dodge and get away from these monsters. The game was real early when I got to try it, but the developer said they've actually already added a lot and fixed some of the bugs that we pointed out. And with that, it's only got 4 ratings. Not a lot of people have checked this out yet, but that gives it about a 4.7 star. People saying it's cool, but you can improve the graphics, the visual environments. People saying, goated, haha, and good game, but does have some bugs. The developer told me they do want to continue working on this, so if you want to check it out, show them some support by hitting them with a review. Let them know what you found that could be improved, and let them know what you liked. Don't Upset Bobby reminded me of a creepy Garfield Halloween special I saw back in the day, so I thought this was a perfect way to end out our list. They're even saying the Halloween update is live, spooky decorations, new puzzle, and you're stuck in this room with Bobby trying to solve puzzles before he gets angry and impatient with you and decides to do terrible things. This was actually a small and creative experience, they said, that was just birthed from a game jam in 2019. That's one of those conventions where game developers get together and just try to like build a game in like a night or a short amount of time. Pretty cool. They decided to polish it up and put it on the App Store for people to play for fun. And with that, 23 ratings given this about a 3.9 star, and a little more all over the place with 53% 5 star and some split all the way between 4, 3, 2, and 1. People saying it's so scary they like the game, but people saying it takes too long to load. People saying they'd like it if Bobby also moved around the room instead of sitting still, but overall a lot of positive reviews from people who enjoyed checking this out. With that, there's a bunch more free horror games for you to check out this Halloween. If there's others you found out there, especially multiplayer ones, because those are hard to find, let me know in the comments down below so I can help get those some more exposure for people to play. But thank you for coming out. I will see you in another reality.